Hi loves, welcome to Writer's Workshop. Okay, so yesterday we talked about going back into our stories to edit our writing. We used our writing checklist. Now, what were the three things that we were looking to edit? We were looking to make sure that our sentences began with capital letters, not just the first sentence, but you have to make sure after you have your period for a sentence that the next sentence begins with a capital. Okay, so make sure you're really going back and looking closely at your writing. The next thing we talked about was using punctuation at the end of a sentence. Okay, that's your periods, your question marks, your exclamation marks. Make sure you end each with some kind of punctuation. Then we talked about going back into our story, reading it over, and making sure that our sentences make sense. If you're reading your story and you kind of go, huh? What does that mean? That means most likely your sentence does not make sense and you have to go back and change some words around, okay? Once you finish your checklist, I told you could keep it or you could throw it away. The whole purpose is that it helps you to improve your writing. Now, when authors write and illustrators illustrate their pictures, what we do is not only do we have to go into our words to make sure that they make sense and they are the best version of our words that we can use, but we also go back into our illustrations or our pictures. Another word for that is our sketch. And we look to see, can I add more details to make my picture more interesting, to draw in my reader, right? So I'm going to look at my picture now. I think I did a pretty decent job. I made our school, I gave us a flag, I wrote that the school is closed, and I did add one bush. But when I really think of JFK, I know that there are other things all around our school. Like maybe there might be a tree here. So maybe I want to add a tree. All right. And maybe what I can do in this box of supplies that I was picking up, maybe I can draw like some pencils that I picked up, right? To show that there's some stuff in my box. And then I remember, wait a minute, Mr. Davis drove me to school that day, and I see that there's nobody in this car. So I'm going to draw Mr. Davis as, well, it's not really gonna look like him too much, but I'm gonna do my best. And let's put his hands on the wheels to make sure that he is being safe. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at my sky. What are some things I might see in the sky? A cloud, sun, rain. Well, on this particular day that I came to JFK to pick up the supplies to teach you from home, it was a rainy day. So I am going to add tons of clouds to my sky. Maybe some thin ones, maybe we got some smaller ones. Maybe here you have a big one behind the school. And then I'm going to draw some raindrops to show that it was a rainy day. A lot of times we use suns and stuff like that for our pictures, but it's not always sunny. Sometimes we have a little bit of rain. All right. So Mrs. Davis just went back into her picture and she added tons of details to draw in her reader. She added a tree. She added some clouds. She thought about the weather that day. She added some rain. She added Mr. Davis. So today, that is what I want you to do. I want you to go back into your sketches and I want you to see where you can improve. And I want to see if you can add some details. I'll be very honest, during Writer's Workshop, sometimes I'll see that your characters are floating in the sky. Make sure those characters have a ground to walk on because, let's be real, we don't really float in the sky. Once you are done adding details to your pictures, go ahead and color it. Please take your time, use tons of colors because remember, the more colors we use, the more beautiful our pictures, the more it draws our readers' attention. Okay, boys and girls, next week we are going to start something new in Reader's Workshop, and we're going to continue using opinion writing, but we're going to make a different opinion piece. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Mwah.